Hello, Facebook. Michelle Kramer here, coming to you live. Wanted to start a series for the rest of this week. So Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, 3-parter on expectations. Okay. As you may have seen on Saturday, kind of did a little announcement through Facebook Live that I was going to work towards being a more intentional life and health coach for my Facebook audience. I just feel like this is where the Lord is leading me, and that's going to come with some like 5-minute, helpful videos, I hope, that will help you. So I just really felt like the Lord put expectations on my heart as I was praying and trying to figure out where I was going to go with this week. So today I want to start with self-expectations, talking about kind of where you see yourself, what you expect yourself to accomplish, and then whether or not you get there, how that affects you. There's a quote that I found from a gentleman named Alan Watts, and I will be honest with you, I have no idea who this dude is, but the quote's amazing. Waking up to who you are requires letting go of who you imagine yourself to be. And that's where I want to kind of touch on. Having expectations for ourselves is a good thing. You know, we need to know what we're capable of, and we need to work towards that end. But I think as a society, we have a tendency to let those expectations rule us to the point that we, if we don't accomplish what we expect of ourselves, it tears us down. We tear ourselves down. We feel like we failed in a major way. It just basically sets us up for disappointment. Goals and things that we want to accomplish are awesome. And setting goals, setting real goals means setting a timeline on them. Like, I'm going to accomplish this by next month. I'm going to do this. I'm going to do this. The problem we run into is when we don't hit that timeline, when it takes us longer. And then we say, oh, I failed. I didn't do this. And the key is setting goals, but they're more like seeing them and embracing them as guidelines, as something that can change, something that we can adapt to. Guidelines for something, yes, we want to accomplish, but if we don't do it in the timeline that we've set up, that doesn't mean that we're a failure. That means it's just not the right time. So, personal story, because those are important. Okay, as many of you know, about 2.5 years ago, I started a health and wellness business. And I have not hit any of the goals that I've set up for that, as far as on a timeline basis. The success of it, I let the success of the business be my motivation. I'm going to do this. I'm going to be here. I'm going to accomplish this goal. And it was great because I have lofty expectations, lofty goals for myself so that I can provide financially for my family. But what the Lord really dealt with me on recently is how I was letting that success be my motivation rather than the passion be my motivation. And that's kind of actually where this whole life coach thing came out of, is that my passion is to help people. That's why I do On Angels Wings and help people that are dealing with a terminally ill child or a loss there. I have a huge passion and fire for those families. And I've never, when it comes to On Angels Wings, I've never gotten discouraged by us not moving to a certain place by a certain time, because the passion is what drives that rather than the success. And I need to let that be the story in all of my life. So here, I'm learning and you're learning too. Like, I'm sharing with you as I learn on this journey. So I'm changing my expectations to where I'm not fully relying upon them, but instead I am setting goals and guides for my life, but at the same time letting passion be my driving force. And when passion is your driving force for whatever you're trying to accomplish, and if you let that be, as long as you're on fire, as long as your heart is set and your heart is focused, then all the other stuff is going to fall into place, whether it happens next week or next year. Instead of having those crazy expectations on ourselves and being disappointed and feeling like failures, it's do something to challenge yourself. Take steps to broaden your horizons, to grow and to stretch. So for example, dare yourself to do something new, something you've never done before. It doesn't even have to be related to your goals. Just do something new to stretch yourself and see what you're capable of. And step outside of your comfort zone. When it comes to your goals, just take one little step further, just one little step. Instead of, I'm going to do this by this time, and if I don't, I've failed. Just say, hey, this next step is hard for me, so I'm going to make it happen. And you will start to see the things that you want come to pass if you're letting passion drive you, and if you're not letting expectations rule your life and instead are just letting them guide you. So I hope this was helpful. If it was, please drop a comment below and let me know that I've helped you today, because that makes me feel like I am hitting my goals. But it also is important for me to know that I'm helping someone. That's the idea. And if for some reason you think of somebody that might be able to use this information and that needs to hear it, please be willing to share this. It is public, so you're welcome to do so. I hope that everybody has a wonderful Wednesday, and tomorrow we'll be talking about expectations for our physical well-being.